I told you guys that my gypsy senses were going off. Right as I was filming that last video, I can feel that demon in my bones. I could just sense that she was live. And sure enough, she was doing her first ever live over on Yankee Tango. It was 2 hours of mind-numbing content, basically people fangirling over a murderer and comments getting removed. Let's get into it.
Have a seat.
Hello. Hi. So I've never streamed from YouTube before, so I am trying this out for the first time. Hey. I know I have my just the profile picture on for now because I wasn't ready to I don't have any makeup on or anything, so I wasn't ready to go live on screen, so I've got my profile picture up. I was just trying this out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't putting the video together, I wanted to enjoy our trip and take as many pictures as I could, take as much video as I could to definitely savor the memories and everything, but also I didn't want to hold a camera and a phone in my hand the whole time. I really wanted to enjoy the trip and be in the moment.
Gypsy just basically admitted to us she's too lazy to be a content creator. She wants to get paid to do nothing.
So I edited it all together. I tried to get a lot of airport stuff because that's fun. That's the fun stuff, is the airport and how boring airports are.
Huh?
Realized that there would be such long layovers. The screen is black because I don't have my camera on right now, because I wasn't ready to go live, but I wanted to try out this feature. So before I, did my makeup and got all dolled up and everything, I just wanted to test this out. So I've got my profile picture on right now. We are not doing another season of the show. I'm sorry. I was a surprise for Ken, so I surprised him, and then he's like, well, I do have to ask my boss for the time off work. And then his boss had told him, oh, it's going to be really busy in February. I don't know if you're going to get approved.
Well, yeah, that's how it is when you have a real job, Gypsy.
So I told him, I said, I don't want to, lose out on this trip. I paid a lot of money for this trip. It's our dream vacation.
Our dream vacation, girl, stop.
I don't want to lose out on this. I'm really not the adventurous food type of person, as y'all probably already seen in season 2, episode 1. Disney is, I wouldn't call it a trigger, because a lot of times I got asked this when I was pregnant. Is certain things going to be triggers for me, being a mom, given my past? And the thing that makes it, number one, I'm in therapy, so anything that comes up emotionally, I talk about in therapy. We work on it in therapy. But the thing is, I'm experiencing this, in giving Aurora a childhood, and I'm doing it as a mom, and it's not being put upon me. I'm not being forced to be childlike.
There she goes again, talking about that forced childhood or forced to be childlike by who else? Dee Dee.
I am just being a mother. So it's from a different perspective. And I think that is what helps so much with the situation, is I'm able to look at it from a mom's view or a parent's view and just see their child happy. So that's why it's not a trigger for me, because I'm watching the happiness of my daughter, if that makes sense. Well, I'm happy it makes sense to most. Oh my goodness, we have 141 people in here. Yay! Aurora is a jazz fest, baby. Okay, yes, I do want to address that while only 136 people are in here, but I'm going to go ahead and address that. So I want to make it absolutely clear that this channel, it's not a mommy vlog channel. It's not a podcast channel. It is all of my content, whether that be podcast style or daily vlogs. It's everything. It's all of my content posted to YouTube. I can't stand it when people try to label my content as just one thing. I am not just a one thing kind of creator. As for the podcast, so it was in December I had put out, because my plan was to do a podcast solely on YouTube. Okay, so I thought of a name for it. I bought a microphone. I bought the equipment, the lights, and all this stuff like this, okay? And I promoted it on Instagram and YouTube. And then I had got a text from one of my friends that's in the entertainment industry. She has a lot of connections.
Her friend in the entertainment industry that helps set up podcasts. Do you think she's talking about Andrea Dunlop? I mean, that's what would make sense to me. All these connections. Because Andrea Dunlop is the most name dropping ass person I've ever seen in my life.
So she's like, I heard about your podcast. Who's helping you produce it? And I said, I'm doing it on my own. So it's from ground up. And she was like, do you want some help? I have people that, work on podcasts that could, help you with this. And I said, yeah. So she's like, okay, let's get on a Zoom call. We'll bring some people on the Zoom call that, know what they're doing, and we'll pitch our ideas to you. So I was like, okay, that sounds good. So we hopped on a Zoom call. They put a presentation together. I really like what they put together. So I said, okay, they said, if you're doing your own thing on YouTube and you're wanting to produce it and everything and do everything from scratch on your own, we don't want to encroach on that. But if you want our help to, make this as, professional and cleanly done as possible, it helps to have a team on board. So I said, I absolutely agree with you. So I am currently in the process of signing contracts with what will be my producers. And so what that means is, contracts are kind of complicated. So they sent me a contract to look over. I sent it to my entertainment lawyer. She looked it over. She needed to revise some stuff. That went back to them. So it's some back and forth right now. But ultimately, the end goal here is to produce a podcast that is as clean and professional as possible. So if you notice in a lot of my videos, I say all the time. And that's super annoying. So with a team, there's editors, because I can only edit so much with the equipment that I have. Like I use Splice to.
Gypsy, it is not that hard to edit ums out of videos. In fact, like TikTok has a tool that will take out filler words for you automatically. Now, can this be very tedious and time consuming with the amount of ums and throat clearings that she has in here? I made sure to keep all those throat clearings in. I didn't edit any of those out, you guys.
To edit my videos. So they're able to edit out all the ums and the likes and knows, which is always super annoying when you're watching a video. So that is the editor's job. Now, bottom line, YouTube, you make money. Every podcast, of course, brings in revenue. So we're working out percentages of like who gets what percent. What do they call that? The vlogcast or something, where it's the visual. So there's vodcast and then there's podcast. So podcast is primarily an audio. Vodcast is visual. And it's audio, but visual as well. And that's what's going to get put on YouTube is the vodcast. We're going to pitch to, streaming services that are outside of YouTube. So we're working on all of these things behind the scenes. So I apologize that I pretty much jumped the gun, announced way too early before this was a solidified project. I already have a few guests that have already consented to come on. Are your guests worried about backlash? The professionals that I have lined up are very much aware of the backlash that comes with association with me. It's a sad reality, but they are aware. They've experienced it on their own. And as far as having people that have experienced trauma and that are survivors, I am going to make sure, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that they don't get trolled, even if we have to conceal their identity or just do voice. I want to make sure that the survivors are protected from the trolls of the internet.
Explain to me what real survivors have actually been trolled by people that don't support Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I'm actually getting extremely irritated with her saying the word troll because according to Gypsy, anyone that challenges her lies is a troll.